Welcome to a very full episode of Pop Culture Unboxing. Today, we talk about Elon Musk and how he plans to recreate the video game Outer Worlds with his off-world colonies. Also, Sonic the movie could actually be a hit. Plus, we go into how Gritty has this massive super punch. All this and more on today's episode. You ready? Roll the intro, Matt. Boy, it's been a day. This has been a day.
What kind of day?
You dropping like the news on me, today. That really caught me off guard.
Yeah, Ryan, you heard what happened.
Yeah, I did. First of all, I guess before we now we can get into this. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, okay.
We had movies, and in the middle of our movies, we heard some troubling news.
Yeah,
there's actually still news coming out about it as we're recording.
Welcome to this podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm Matt,
and we got some.
So context here: it is 6:30 on Sunday, January 26th.
Mm-hmm.
And today, this morning, around 9:30, legendary basketball player Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter Gianna were involved in a helicopter crash in LA, where them and 7 others were killed.
Yeah,
yeah, super unfortunate.
Yeah, and we were in the middle of watching a comedy movie, and that
derailed the movie.
Yeah, it derailed the happiness that we had because he was a good dude. He was an unbelievably good dude.
And you know what's even more wild?
What?
Is that just last night, I believe it was LeBron, just passed his scoring record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kobe's record, you mean?
Kobe's record.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That's in.
Yeah. So make sure.
I'm assuming Kobe probably sent him if
he did. His last tweet was congratulating LeBron.
Oh, really? Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
At least he let
yeah,
it's so sad.
He was a great dude.
Yeah. What an incredible
I think
man.
they were on their way. I didn't read too much into where they were going. It was a basketball thing. I'm not sure if it was a game for him or his daughter. Obviously, he excuse me. Obviously, he doesn't play, NBA anymore. But I think even Wayne Gretzky, he still plays pickup games and charity games and those kind of things.
Yeah.
And his daughter is a basketball player. Was a basketball player as well. So, yeah, it really sucks. He leaves behind, I believe, his wife and 3 other daughters. One of which was 7 months old.
That's so harsh, though.
Yeah. And he was, what, 41?
Yes. 41 years old.
Sucks. Yeah, it really is unfortunate when that kind of thing happens. Kind of let you know life is short. And
that's what I think that's what I said to you when you told me. I was like, man, that really puts a perspective on life really can end for anyone at any point.
And so
just
after doing a little bit of reading on Reddit of other people's thoughts, the consensus is we should start 2020 over again. This is a bad start.
Yeah.
Also, make sure that whenever you're throwing something, you channel him. You still say Kobe when you're throwing a piece of paper in the trash can.
Kobe.
It's Kobe for distance, Kobe for accuracy, yeet for distance.
Yep, that's right.
So,
that's correct.
Yeah, remember him. This way you can channel his energy. His spirit will be looking down upon you every time you call on him to help you make a shot.
Yeah, just listen, people. Just, like I said, because it was so short, it reminds you life can end for anyone at any point. Make sure you love your life, man. As far as we know, we only get one, and you might as well try to make the best of it. I mean, that's what we do now. 2020 has been the year of at least for me, Ryan improvement.
It's
going to
choice.
The gym a lot, taking jiu-jitsu classes. I'm going. Monday's my first day.
If the last couple weeks have been any indicator, 2020 is the year of Matt's apathy. So I just don't care.
You just don't care anymore?
No. Yeah, so we actually discussed how we were going to segue from Kobe to anything else.
Yeah. How do you?
How do you segue from that? And I think we thought the best way was to do it's gallows humor, but there was another
death.
There was another death
recently.
This week.
The mascot Mr. Peanut's dead.
Yep.
He's gone.
Helping out his friends Wesley Snipes and some other dude, which I don't understand the connection.
I don't quite understand the commercial. Like, we're watching it right now, and wow, this is the first time I've watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Like, I don't understand. Like, why? What's this for? The big game. We haven't had this yet.
No, they're leading up to it.
Also, look, I want to just say this now. I'm really sick and tired of us calling it the big game. The NFL needs to calm down with their like trigger happy lawsuit machine.
Yeah, I'll bleep it. I'm gonna bleep that.
Don't be. Don't.
If you even say the
Rebel.
name,
Fight the power.
They will sue you into oblivion. It's another bleep.
Well.
Yeah, no, they're super serious about that copyright.
I don't understand. What's the big deal? It's not like we're gonna stream it or something.
Joke's on them.
Wonder if someone will do like they did with the UFC. They'll put a controller in front of them, act like they're playing the football game, like the NFL, or playing Madden.
That was
while
really
they're
funny.
streaming it.
Yeah, that would be funny.
But
yeah, so Mr. Peanut is dead. Look forward to the big game to see what happens. The theory is he'll be replaced with a younger, hipper millennial mascot.
His own child, I bet.
Something like that, yeah. So you know who's next, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Monopoly.
Mr. Monopoly? Yeah, how old is he?
He's old.
Like definitely in his 90s.
He's part of the 1%.
Yeah.
For sure.
Did I ever tell you that I used to be roommates with
Mr. Monopoly?
No, I used to be roommates with the kid whose grandfather created Monopoly.
Oh, really?
Not the video game, the board game.
Pretty sure it was a woman that created it.
My roommate Weston, and his grandfather is the one that created it. Weston Darrow, Darro, I think is how you spell his last name.
I'm fact checking you.
That's fine. I fact checked him because I never believed him, and he proved it.
What was the name?
Weston. His name is Weston Darrow. Whoever created it, I don't know what his first name was.
Designers were Lizzie Maggie and Charles Darrow.
There you go.
Monopoly is derived from the Landlord's game, created by Lizzie Maggie in the United States in 1903. According to an advertisement placed in the Christian Science Monitor, Charles Todd of Philadelphia recalled the day in 1932 when his childhood friend Esther Jones and her husband Charles Darrow came to their house for dinner. After the meal, the Todds introduced Darrow to the Landlord's game, which they then played several times.
Yeah. The
game was entirely new to Darrow, and he asked the Todds for a written set of the rules. After that night, Darrow went on to utilize this and distribute the game himself as Monopoly. Mm-hmm. Because of this act, the Todds refused to speak to Darrow ever again. Parker Brothers bought the game's copyrights from Darrow. When the company learned Darrow was not the sole inventor of the game, it bought the rights to Maggie's patent for just $500.
There you go. So,
wow, that's crappy.
Yeah, it's a really deep story, but that's like when Weston never liked to talk about it in college. He never liked.
I could see why.
But yeah,
the dude was.
Everyone went over the info that his grandfather created it because his family still gets like Hasbro money.
I'm sure they do.
It's ridiculous, but. Let's get in. Speaking of people that make lots of money for I feel like they don't deserve it.
I was looking forward to this one.
Yeah, let's talk about Elon Musk.
And he wants to bring back indentured servitude.
Yeah, you played the game Outer Worlds, right, Matt?
Yeah.
How many times?
Let's see. I did an all good run. I did an all melee run. My first run was just made whatever decisions I wanted to, so kind of a gray run. Mm-hmm. I think I did a marksman run. I think I did an evil run. I think I did a stupid run.
Okay, well,
I played a lot of the Outer Worlds.
So basically,
I think I did a 100% run too.
Basically, what I mean when I say like Elon Musk is doing this like off-world colonies, and why I'm bringing up the video game is someone had asked him on Twitter like, okay, what's the plan for like taking people to Mars to colonize Mars? And where it comes down to is like, it would cost you a lot of money to ride and go to Mars, obviously. And and even he says in a Twitter post, he says there's going to be work up there. So how it would work is you'd have like a working debt where you
indentured servitude.
Yeah, you fly up and you create a world. You help work on the colonies and you pay off your debt that way.
Yeah.
So what's crazy is this is exactly like the Outer Worlds because apparently that's what all these different planets have corporations that own those.
Basically.
Which is just kind of insane. It's really interesting to hear, like, because he says building 100 starships a year gets 1,000 in 10 years, or 100 megatons a year, or maybe around 10K people per Earth-Mars orbital sync.
Yes, because the Earth and Mars are only in the right orbit to send things there efficiently every 26 months.
Yes. And that's what he says, like 30 days every 26 months. That's when like the orbit, when they actually come together. And he's like, helping to pay for this is why I'm accumulating assets on Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the dude is, yeah. And I mean, I don't know if I entirely disagree with this thing either, because it is going to be expensive to go there, and they're going to need people to go there.
Here's the question.
So it's going to, and the people who can actually afford to go there right now aren't going to want to work.
Yeah.
When they get there.
Well, that's the thing. Like when you get up there, one of the problems that I have, like when you would get up there, right? You go and do your work. What happens? So like, what happens if you want to come back? So like you work.
You don't get to.
That's what I mean. You work your debt off.
I mean, you can. They're going to have to figure out how to make fuel and refine it and fuel ships on Mars, how to launch ships from Mars, which will be approximately 60% easier than it is to launch from Earth.
Yeah.
The issue is Mars only has a third of the gravity, which makes launching easier. But it means that the more time you spend there, the harder it's going to be for you to acclimate back to Earth.
Well, that's what I mean. So, like, if you were to come home, even say all those factors don't matter, and like you could fly back and forth. Mm-hmm. What do you do when to fly back? Because it costs money to get back too.
Yeah.
So that's debt that you're gonna. What if I go down here and then I don't want to go back to Mars? Now they have to hunt me down to make me pay. It's
pretty much.
It's a crazy system.
But how else are you going to do it? Because it's so expensive to do.
Yeah, I mean that's the point. That's why maybe we should stop trying to go to Mars. Maybe we should just accept the fact that the world is.
We should focus on Venus instead,
or just try to fix the world that we live in.
Yeah, that's not very interesting though. We already know this place.
That's
not how humans are.
That's stupid. That's really stupid.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like I said, I
would you go?
I'd go to Mars. Yeah, it'd be fun.
You think you'd do it? Yeah. You'd go do the work?
They wouldn't take me.
What?
They wouldn't take me.
Why wouldn't they?
I'm not smart enough or in shape enough. They're going to take people who are smarter and much more like physically fit.
Well, that's what
they want.
That means neither one of us will get to go.
No,
so we'll continue to do our podcast here on Earth.
Yeah,
while everyone goes to Mars.
It's a lot easier to record without all that radiation anyway.
That's what they said. Someone had stated that like the radiation
is a huge issue.
Yeah. They still haven't figured out how to get past the radiation part on Mars because you basically jump.
You have to build underground.
Yeah, because the moment you land, you're literally landing in a pool of radiation.
That's why the thing is, I think the idea is going to be that before any humans go, robots are going to have to go to build habitats and excavate some caves for us. And start refining water.
I still can't believe this whole thing makes me.
So we probably land on the poles where most of the water is. Because that's the thing is. You know what? All you have to worry about is making sure we have water for the trip there.
Yeah.
Once you're there, there's enough water there, like to make oxygen and drinking water, like and plant and stuff to grow plants. Mm-hmm. Which I think they've already successfully grown some plants in the simulated Mars area, soil and sunlight and radiation.
Yeah, I hope I get to go. I want to go.
Yeah,
I do want to go, but at the same time. I have a feeling that it's a suicide mission
It's a one-way trip for pretty much everyone.
For most people. I think it's going to be a suicide trip for most people because there's also the chance, like, are we going to make it? Like, what happens if you don't make it to Mars?
You die.
Like, there's a lot of risks, and I'm not ready to take those risks.
I mean, there's a lot of risks just going to the space station.
Well, whatever.
Keep in mind, like the Challenger.
Yeah. There's too many risks in it. But speaking of taking risks, Matt, I want to move on to our next topic of discussion, Sonic the Hedgehog. So more news.
Is it going to be good?
More news apparently has come out, and there's a chance that it could be good. Now, when I originally stated this, you had a good point. It's not as much money since it's not going to, what its projection is not going to make its money back. But if it's just on opening day from Wednesday all the way down to opening weekend, between Wednesday and the day it comes out, it is projected to jump as high as 47 million on like the opening weekend. Mm-hmm. So it comes out Wednesday down to Sunday, which it's a $93 million budget. still, that's not bad. If it can get this 47 million, there's a chance what could happen is, and this is what a lot of people are saying, the chances of what could happen is that people will come and see it. More people will come out of the theater and be like, guys, it was actually really good. And, it'll make people come to go see. So it's a great jump. I guess where they get this number from, is that when the first trailer came out, like when the trailers come out, how many views the trailers have gotten.
Yeah.
It's comparable to like Detective Pikachu, which ended up being a success. And the data from how many views and stuff it was getting on social media and likes and stuff like that actually equaled to what the prediction was for Detective Pikachu. That's where they think that this could be the same concept for them. I'm very excited for this movie. I think
we're going to see it, right? Valentine's Day.
Yep, we're gonna go see it.
Thanks.
But
I don't know if my body's ready.
Yeah, it is on Valentine's Day. Apparently, as they say here, after Paramount dropped the second trailer on November 12th, they received such a positive response with a highest like to dislike ratio on Google of any official studio trailer in the last 3 years at that time, as they put in quotes. But the data clearly indicates the positive reaction from the social media universe to the Pic's redesign. So basically what's saying is like it looks like it could be good.
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to have
it's like one guy who made the redesign, right? He's got to feel good about himself.
Yeah. It's really sad about the truth about the story. Or the truth about what happened after they finished Sonic. All those people got fired. But
yeah, well, that's how it goes. Most movies bankrupt the CGI studios that work on them.
Yeah. Well, here, the other thing that I think... So, the films that are coming out around Sonic when it comes out is Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Yep.
And Fantasy Island. And
is that anything like Love Island?
No, it's a Blumhouse film.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, a Blumhouse. Is it Blumhouse or Blumhouse? People call. I've heard it both ways.
I forget.
I think it's Blumhouse, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that. I'm very excited.
It'll be a fun movie, I'm sure.
Oh wow, this is crazy! A year ago, 20th Century Fox's Alita Battle Angel led all movies at the President's Day / Valentine's Day box office with a 3 day of $28.5 million and 5 day of $42.2 million after the Wednesday start. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Alita Battle Angel, but
yeah, it was okay.
I love that movie.
She was creepy.
I loved it. It put Rosa on the map for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how
now this is going to put Sonic on the map for you.
Yeah, it is. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this film. I don't know how nobody else is. I don't know why.
I'm pretty much apathetic. I'll give it a chance.
I don't know why, but for me, this film...
It can't be worse than Cats.
No, I don't think so. It looks really good, man. It looks really good.
Well, I'll give it a chance.
What do you have any predictions? Do you have like predictions? Like, can you guess how this movie's going to end?
Sonic beats Eggman, but Eggman wiles his way out of it somehow.
That's a good guess. That's a pretty good guess.
Maybe he meets Dr. Wily. Crossover.
Ooh, that'd be a good crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that I really have to talk about with Sonic because
we'll be talking a lot more about him as it comes closer. I'm sure.
I can't remember what the release date is for Sonic.
Valentine's Day. We just talked.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Man,
how can you forget that?
I'm so stupid today. It's been a long day, man. Kobe Bryant's gone.
Yeah,
that's a lot to take in.
It's pretty weighty
for a person that does not like basketball all that much. I
can follow along with it.
I mean, yeah, but Matt, this is a story that you had that I wanted to bring.
Yes.
That we brought up. So I have not been paying attention to the Obi-Wan Disney Plus series and all the information about it because I wanted to basically wait till a trailer came out before I saw anything or took any, because it's articles like this that make me worried. So go ahead and bring up what you got for me.
Pre-production delays on the Obi-Wan Disney Plus series. It seems like, I believe the I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Hossein Amini's departure from it. He was the lead writer. He or she was the lead writer on the Obi-Wan series, and they departed. Ewan McGregor is saying that, all the stuff we're hearing about creative difference, none of it is true. We're just pushing the dates. And so these are his words. Rise of Skywalker came out. Everyone had more time to read the stuff that had been written, and they felt that they wanted to do more work on it. It's not nearly as dramatic as it sounds online. Other articles have been saying that Kathleen Kennedy has said that the project is delayed indefinitely. All the crew have been sent home. They're going back to the drawing board essentially on the scripts. Which,
why?
Because they're not sold on it. Because of the reaction to Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker, the reaction was that it felt rushed. So they don't want to do that again.
Well, it felt rushed because they were still filming it a month before Rise of Skywalker came out.
So they don't want to make the same mistake with Obi-Wan. They want to take it back, make sure they do it exactly right. I'll tell you how you do that. Get Dave Filoni to help you.
Yeah.
So as it stands right now,
Dave Filoni already was getting
if he's not, they're making a mistake. Because John Favreau are busy with Mandalorian season 2 right now.
Yeah.
We have Star Wars: The Clone Wars coming out at the end of February.
Yes.
Other than that, we know that there's a couple movies in the works, but we're not going to see any of those until 2022.
No.
So, yeah, as it stands right now, there's not much on the Star Wars horizon. And it's not the worst thing.
No, there's plenty of Star Wars right now. There's plenty of Star Wars.
Clone Wars looks really good.
There's a new Clone Wars coming out.
It looks like it's going to tie directly into the Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. In the trailer for Clone Wars, Padme is very pregnant.
Yeah, that kind of creates a plot hole.
How so?
Because Anakin doesn't find out she's pregnant until the beginning of Episode 3, and there's no
So that means that the Revenge of this show must be tying into Revenge of the Sith, like taking place during the movie.
But it can't because
why not?
Because Anakin never left Coruscant during the.
He doesn't have to. It's about Ahsoka, and it's going to follow Ahsoka, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but it looks like
all them.
But the Clone Wars, it looks like he's not in.
Probably not for some of it, but there could be time skips. There could be.
I hope they don't do time skips.
Well, there's still ground to cover between the end of Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith. They'll cover up to there, and then see where everybody else is at while the events of Revenge of the Sith are going on, and then go to Anakin.
I guess I don't know. A lot of people kind of agree with me on this. Is that it kind of creates a plot hole, but there is like a chance that it's a hologram. Maybe Anakin can't tell.
I have my hopes.
Yeah, I'm still excited to see it. I just also have.
And we're probably going to see what happens to all the clones during Order 66. What
happens
to the clones who aren't.
We kind of do. We know all of Rex. We know what happens to Rex.
We know what happens to Rex, what happens to Gregor, and
we know what happens to Captain Fox. Captain
Commander Cody, we know he betrays.
We know what Commander Cody does. We know what Commander Fox, but we know what what's the Clone War? The clone he's in charge of the prison. He's the commander of the Coruscant guards.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He's got the red arm. We know what happens to him. We know what his fate is.
But yeah. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be interesting. I like how in the trailer they acknowledge the fact. I think they show more of Rex turning away from the current issue, because he even says some of us clones definitely have questions. We're questioning the war. Well, because at that point they've already ripped out their obedience chips.
Yeah.
So,
which is good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. Mandalorian season 2 is obviously going to be good. How is it not? Signs are pointing toward early fall as a release date.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I am too.
Well, on other notes of Star Wars, I have a quick thing to talk about for Star Wars.
Yeah.
We'll get into the one article that I've wanted to talk about since I put it on our paper. Knights of the Old Republic, it might be getting a return. There are rumors coming out that Knights of the Old Republic is getting not a reboot, but there's Well, so it's confusing. There's rumors of both, that it's a reboot of Knights of the Old Republic, the video game, or it's going to be like Knights of the Old Republic 3. It's going to be a sequel.
But it'll canonize stuff.
Yeah,
that would be wild. Is if they make a sequel, because if they make a sequel, it basically says, yeah, the last 2 games are canon.
Yeah, which most people think that's what's going to happen because that's what people want.
Yeah,
and the fact that we got like with Darth Revan,
most of the villains in it are already canon.
Yeah, because like Darth Revan, Bane, who's the woman in the second one? Who's the villain of the second one? Oh, what's her name?
I didn't play him.
I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Asajj Ventress.
No, but basically, yeah, all of those characters have become canon. So it makes more sense. It kind of makes more sense that they would do a third one.
Yeah.
The question that I have about this is I wonder what's going to, like, I wonder how this game's going to play. I wonder if they're going to keep the same format or if they're going to go with this new format that you see in the Jedi Fallen Order.
I doubt they'll do the same.
But if they did, it wouldn't be bad.
Those are 2 entirely different games.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. I kind of do want to see KOTOR 3 be, or KOTOR 3 or whatever this game ends up being, Knights of the Old Republic be like the original. It's that maybe that turn-based. The problem for me is turn-based games are not really like my cup of tea. It's not really something that I jump on a lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or that I stay intent, because I've played these games, but it took me a long time to play these games when I was playing them as a kid.
Yeah, and I've never played them. So,
but I guess because they say it's believed that the third one, when the third one was being developed, it would have been about uncovering the origin story of like the Sith Lords.
Yeah.
And that they were foreshadowed what Darth Revan was doing in the second game.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of foreshadowing and stuff like that I wanted to see. Here it is. It says, as for the current canon, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker did make Darth Revan canon, as one of the Emperor Palpatine's Sith Trooper legions was named the third Revan Legion. But also, I don't know why people keep saying that Rise of Skywalker did, because the Clone Wars did. Because I remember that the Clone Wars made Darth Revan canon because he shows up in it as a Force ghost.
Also, speaking of shows, I forgot they were also working on the Cassian Andor series too.
Is it still coming?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Actually, are you seeing the same ad that I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Are you looking at the web?
That's why I thought of that.
Yeah. I'm interested.
Do you want to talk about something that's decidedly not Star Wars?
I do.
Ryan, when you think of a vicious, bloodthirsty creature, what comes to mind?
Probably a crocodile.
Close.
Or lions.
What if I told you it was a giant orange man with a big tan beard?
Oh, you're talking about my favorite. We're talking about my favorite article that I wanted. We're finally here, baby.
I'd say the second best mascot after Iceberg.
No, this is my number one.
We're talking about Gritty.
Yeah, baby. Gritty.
Philadelphia Flyers controversial mascot, newest mascot in the NHL, actually.
So, how much do you know about this story? Like, how much?
A good bit.
Do you know about? Okay. Gritty punched a teenage boy.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Allegedly punched a teenage boy.
Yep.
But did you, when you read this article, did you picture it in your head?
I pictured, yeah.
I pictured Gritty, because the dad states it like Gritty, because Gritty took the photo, got up, the kid touched him, Gritty turned around, and with malicious intent did a running start to punch this kid. And in my head, it's just so funny to see Gritty, because you know how his eyes just roll around?
Yep.
You imagine him punching the kid, shakes his head around, and his eyes are freaking out at the dad. It would, perfect. But this story is interesting because I guess Gritty, what had happened is this dad and his kid took a team photo. I think it's just Gritty and Gritty's bodyguard in the background in the photo.
Yeah.
He took a picture. They got a chance to take a picture of the Gritty, and they had the some of the best seats in the house. and what had happened, what has been found to have happened is after the alleged assault happened, the father went to the team management and basically everyone that's running the establishment and said, "Hey, Gritty punched my son." And I don't know how, and I guess like he wanted to, work it out with them. They said they would do an internal investigation, found it didn't happen.
Yep.
They didn't say it didn't happen. So far, it's not been said that it didn't happen. It's just said that they didn't believe him. Basically, it wasn't going to happen.
There's no way it happened.
Yeah, but I'll explain in my opinion why, because there's a lot of holes in this dude's story. The guy says, "Okay, I'm going to go to the police." He also had his kid go to a chiropractor, who was the one that says that there's a big bruise on the kid's back. Right? Am I mistaken? Was it a chiropractor?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's what they stated. The guy went to the police, so now the police say there's an open investigation on Gritty. All right, it's just.
I love it. You know what it made me think of?
What?
Is the only mascot, I believe, to ever get ejected from a sports game. Youppi is the official mascot currently of the Montreal Canadiens, but formerly of the Montreal Expos, now the Washington Nationals baseball team. He was the first mascot to be thrown out of a Major League Baseball game during the 1989 Expos season on August 23rd while atop the visitors' dugout in the 11th inning. Youppi took a running leap, landing hard and noisily on its roof, and then sneaked into a front row seat. Los Angeles Dodgers manager Tommy Lasorda complained to the umpires, and Youppi was ejected by Bob Davidson, though he later returned confined to the home team's dugout roof as Montreal eventually lost 1-0 in 22 innings. And then he moved. He's also one of only 3 mascots to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, alongside the Philly Fanatic of Philadelphia and the famous Chicken of San Diego.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so the long-standing, not Philly tradition, but the long-standing mascot tradition of being nuisances.
Okay, where this thing, my problems with this whole this whole situation is apparently the punch left his son so injured that it racked up a $300 hospital bill.
$300?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. The Flyers, they claim they took the allegation very seriously and found nothing that supported the claim. And yes, he did have a chiropractor look at the wound. He's the one that diagnosed the kid. Here's where the problems really set in. One, why would you take your kid to a chiropractor? Wouldn't you want to take him to the family doctor?
Yeah.
That would be where my first was.
A little sketchy.
Second of all, this happened back in November, and the father posted the photo of him and his son taken with Gritty, still on his Facebook. And it's such a hilarious looking photo because Gritty's not even looking at the camera. He's just staring off, and he's staring off almost past the kid to the side, like he's looking at something else. So,
and also, these mascots always have a handler with them because it's hard to see in those costumes. It's hard to walk around. So there's always a person with them helping them walk around, navigate. There would have had to have been other witnesses there.
Let me see if I can find the actual photo. But it's really funny because it's hilarious to see Gritty because it's him in the middle staring off at the into space, the dad and the son on both sides of Gritty, and then in the background is the guy Mr. Anderson, from the Matrix, just his his body.
Agent Smith. Mr. Anderson was Neo.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, Agent Smith just in the background.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's such a hilarious photo. But yeah. I'm calling this whole thing is
oh yeah, no, it's nothing.
Hockey. That's not what is.
Yeah,
ridiculous. No. What else would you want us to do? I said, do something special for my son. Yeah, this guy just wants a free thing. This is all it wants.
Yeah, he does. It's stupid, ridiculous.
But as right now, the police investigation is still active. I wonder if we'll see Gritty. anymore. Wonder if we'll get to see him again.
Who knows?
But
yeah,
that was it. Gritty has that super punch, baby.
I guess
Like that suit, he's got that super base, but instead he's got that super punch.
something like that.
You get that joke?
No,
Apparently not.
Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Cyberpunk 2077 delayed.
Cybertrunk.
2077.
Are we getting a Cybertruck?
Yeah, Cybertruck delayed. Cyberpunk 2077 was delayed. There's some more news on that.
Yeah, we reported on this last episode
I believe
before.
so.
I don't remember.
At the time, the rumor was, what was it? That they wanted to get it ready for next gen, like Xbox Project Scarlet and PlayStation 5.
No, the rumor was that the game was finished. It's just it needed more polishing.
That was the rumor. Someone close to the production, guy by the name of, let me see if I can find this.
Come on, you can do it. I'll give you time.
Polish language video insider Boris Niespelak says he has it on good information that the primary reason for Cyberpunk 2077's delay is due to current gen consoles, claiming that their biggest hurdle has always been the vanilla Xbox One, whose quote extremely unsatisfactory unquote performance has apparently been the greatest limiting factor in Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, so I want to make this like extremely clear because there are so many different versions of the consoles. The original PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Slim and the original Xbox One. Wait, that's what? Yeah, Xbox One, and then the Xbox One Slim, whatever that one's called.
Xbox One S.
One S. Those are having a lot of trouble running this game.
Yeah,
to the point.
Which is fair. They're almost 10 years old at this point.
Yeah.
And even 10 years ago, they were already not very powerful compared to PCs that were available at the time.
Yeah. So,
and now they're building a game that is ostensibly going to be made to. It's essentially going to be made to run on cloud services like Stadia or Xbox xCloud.
This is just one of those cases where it's like, yeah, I've been fighting it for a long time to really move and stay on PC. I think it's time. I mean, I pre-ordered the collector's edition of this game for PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to keep it because I want the statue and everything, but I'm going to buy it again and put it on.
And that's where you're going to play it, is on PC.
Yeah, but also the reason I'm going to play it on PC is just because the game, I want the game to look as good as it possibly could for me, and with running the hardware I'm running.
But I mean, part of it too is, I mean, sure, it could be that it is just too big of a game.
Yeah.
But what I hear from the original rumors combined with this one is that optimization is what they're working on. Figuring out how to optimize this game, because they're not going to just like release it on Stadia and PC first. They'd be insane to do that. Most of their money's going to come from consoles.
Yes.
That's the annoying thing about the gaming industry, is that the PC has some of the lowest player base, but it's got some of the most dedicated player base.
And some of the better ways to play those games.
Exactly. So that's the thing, is until they can make it work on a vanilla Xbox One, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, and
which is actually what I have. I have I bought my Xbox One.
Wow. I've never noticed that on your desk.
2 months.
How long has that been on your desk?
A couple months.
Really?
I bought it. I think 2 months after it came out.
Yeah, because you have an original PlayStation 4.
No, it's a PS4 Pro.
Oh, is it a PS4 Pro? Oh,
but my Xbox is like, it's
the original Xbox.
It is the original Xbox One. So, yeah, that's the thing. My Xbox wouldn't run it very well.
It's just a monitor stand now.
It really is. The only reason that's sitting there is so I could have. I played Destiny 2 when cross save first came out. I played some multiplayer with some friends on Xbox. Realized, controllers suck, and haven't touched it since. I really should just sell it.
Now you can hook your keyboard and stuff up. You can do that now.
Yeah, that's too much work.
Yeah,
I'll just play through my Xbox or my PC, and I'll just do like the visualization thing that lets me use the Xbox app on my PC. Xbox.
The Xbox.
Mom, get the Xbox.
Well, that was good. So the final thing we wanted to talk about today, Matt.
This is something you didn't watch, even though I asked you if you were going to watch it, and
I think I lied to you and
I dropped a hint and said, I don't think I ever explicitly said, "Hey, watch this." But when I asked you if you'd watched it yet, that was a hint to watch it so we could discuss it, rather than you just ask me a bunch of questions.
Yep.
But I digress.
I'm very bad at my job.
Thursday night. Well, I guess Thursday morning it came out, but I watched it Thursday night. the first episode of Picard. And it is releasing week to week, like Mandalorian.
I'm going to start watching it tonight.
Good.
Tonight or tomorrow.
Yep.
One of those days.
So this show takes place a couple decades. I think 40 years after Nemesis.
How long is it? Is it an hour?
45, 50 minutes. About an hour.
Then I might not watch it tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll
whatever.
have to watch it tonight.
As long as you watch it before Thursday, so you can watch episode 2 as well. But here's the thing: this episode and this show in general, it very much seems to understand that there's going to be huge Trek fans, there's going to be normal Trek fans, and there's going to be people who've never watched Star Trek watching this show. There's a lot of details in it that you'll catch if you have watched a bunch of like The Next Generation, but it explains enough for you to get it if you've never watched anything. Like, it tells you what has happened. So some of the exposition's a little clunky, especially if you already know the story from like Star Trek Nemesis. You already know about the Romulan supernova from the JJ films.
Yeah.
You already know about things like the episodes from Next Generation. Borg, the one where Data builds a daughter. Those ones are important episodes. Watch them if you can before, but they're not essential.
But do you think if someone that's not watched it, they do a good job explaining it?
They do, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of name dropping, too, that happens. But again, it's not that important.
Okay.
They explain everything. And it really does feel like it is such a good blend of what made Next Generation great and what makes modern filmmaking and TV show making great. It does a great job of marrying them. There's just a lot in this episode. Patrick Stewart he's definitely older, but you still feel Picard in him.
Yeah.
Which is
awesome. It's funny that we're talking about Picard. Well, no, I'm not going to tell you this because this is going to ruin something for me. This is going to ruin a surprise for you in the future. So don't worry about it. But, yeah, I was looking at like pictures of him. He looks a lot. He does look a little bit older, but
keep in mind that Next Generation, the last Star Trek movie came out in I think 2003. I think was when Nemesis came out.
Yeah,
so this is almost 20 years. It almost looks like
they de-aged him a tiny bit, so it didn't.
I don't think they did
look too bad because he does look a lot better in this than I've seen him in.
No, I think more time has passed in this since Nemesis than it has in real life. Nemesis came out in 2002, and so we haven't had a Star Trek or something taking place with Next Generation stuff in 18 years.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. He's reprising that role.
Which apparently, as I've seen in other interviews from the past with him, when he was on the show, late night shows that I've seen,
he's actually the voice of the dragon in Dragonheart 4.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, as I was saying, in other like night shows and stuff that I've seen, is he apparently really likes the fact that he played that character. He didn't hate it as much as I thought. Like, I always feel like actors that play characters like as big as Picard was, because even if you've never seen Star Trek, you know who Picard is. Yeah. I knew who Picard was, and I'd never watched any of them.
Oh yeah, him and William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy.
Isn't that the whole
iconic?
Isn't that the whole joke of Space Quest? Is like it's Star Trek
Galaxy Quest? You mean?
Yeah, Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest is a classic.
But like, isn't that the whole joke? Is that they're all these actors for this big Star Trek show? Yeah, but they hate the characters that they were
because
playing.
They were typecast. Yeah. And it was a legitimate concern among the Next Generation actors. It's actually why Denise Crosby, Bing Crosby's granddaughter, actually got herself killed off in season 1, episode 23. She played Tasha Yar, who seemed like she was going to be a main character, and then she gets killed off because she didn't want to get stuck in there. She was a young actress she felt like she had a lot of opportunity, and she did. She ended up getting good work after that.
Do you think that it's true that a lot of people get typecast?
They can. It can happen. I think of all of them, actually, I can't think of any of them who really got stuck in a role because of that. It didn't really happen, mostly because a lot of them really stuck to that. Yeah. I know the only other person I know who was really concerned about it was Gates McFadden, who played Dr. Crusher. She wasn't in season 2 because of that, because she was concerned about it. But Patrick Stewart convinced her to return for the last 5 seasons of it, and then the movies. So yeah, There was concern, but they all still do the con circuit. There was a Steel City Con. We're in Pittsburgh recently, where I think everyone from the main cast except for Patrick Stewart and maybe LeVar Burton were there. So you had Jonathan Frakes, Gates McFadden, Brent Spiner, Michael Dorn, and I forget who plays.
I guess
not Crusher. Troy.
Before this episode gets any long, it gets too extended. So the show was. Do you think
Marina Sirtis?
Do you think this? So far, do you think you're gonna like this show? Do you think it's gonna be?
It's awesome so far. I really like
Good.
it.
Good. I'm glad.
It was fun. It had the right pacing. It threw in all the right details. Like it gave motivation.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to cut you off, but we have to get to the end of the episode.
We do.
We're getting to the late.
But yeah, you got to watch it. And then we'll discuss episode 2 and your thoughts on episode 1 next
I will
week.
definitely do that.
Good. And then we can start talking about Discovery too, because you got to watch that.
Yeah, I'll take time and do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and end this.
All right.
You're very good at the goodbyes.
Yeah, make sure to check us out. You can go to www.popcultureunboxing.com, where you'll find links to our show on pretty much every platform you can listen to us on. We're also, I know we don't have links to iHeartRadio on there, and I think that's it. So you can find us anywhere podcasts are sold. Look up, which if you're listening to it, you already found one. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Make sure to leave us reviews and likes on wherever you're listening, especially Apple Podcasts. Those help us a lot. And be sure to tell your friends about us too.
Yeah, it's
spread the word. We
times.
really appreciate it.
The future is looking good. So
and I think
it's a good time to start watching for the future.
Yeah.
So
I'm leaving a gap there because I want to. Do you want to mention that we're working on a project right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say keep checking the website for updates.
Okay. Well, we're probably not putting anything on the website. I don't know.
I'll explain what I was thinking.
Okay.
Why I say website. We can change it in the future.
Yeah, and just that we're working on a special project right now.
Yeah.
That we hope you guys will enjoy in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. And we're also working on a very special project that is near and dear to our hearts, and it should be coming up maybe a couple weeks. We're still ironing out a lot, making sure it's what we're satisfied with it. I believe.
Yeah. Because we definitely rushed into red steak sauce, which is why I think it didn't work as well.
And we never felt any love for red steak sauce. I don't think there's any real love for it.
No, might resurrect the name for something, but I think we were too broad at that point. Even now, we started this with too broad of an idea, but I think we've really narrowed down onto movies and TV.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, be on the lookout for the future. Like I said, some future thing. The future is, I've got plans, and they're coming.
You've got plans.
I actually have a lot. But
yeah,
we'll talk about.
I don't really.
We'll talk about it later.
We do my stuff more by the seat of our pants.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
But yeah.
Bye-bye, everybody.
You can find me on... Slow down. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at MattRossVO.
Oh, I thought we did this already.
Nope.
And you can find me at Red Steak Sauce.
Red Steak Sauce?
Or not Red Steak. Oh, my. Red Steak Ryan on literally anything.
Actually, no, they don't, because I think we changed all the Red Steak Sauce ones to Pop Culture Unboxing. Speaking of which, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I believe all of them are Pop Culture Unboxing. Mm-hmm. I know Twitter is at Pop Culture Unbox.
Yep, they're all Pop Culture Unboxing, I think.
Yep.
But
so yeah,
come check us out.
And, we love you for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much. Goodbye.
Have a nice day. Ciao.
Bye-bye.